What's up, guys? The Snowman here talking some hoops. Today, the 2022 NBA Finals are officially set. On one side, we've got the Golden State Warriors, and they'll be matching up against the Boston Celtics. So, very excited to preview these NBA Finals, go over all the major storylines. Definitely want to get into which team has the advantage in each of several key categories, and then make some predictions, tell you who I think will be hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy later this June. Please leave a comment. Let me know who you think wins it all as well. And if you're enjoying the basketball analysis, please give me a thumbs up. But let's jump in. And taking a look at the playoff bracket here, this is how each team has arrived at this point. Let's start with the Warriors. They had very few problems with Denver in the first round. The MVP Nikola Jokic had little support against the onslaught of offense led by Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole. The Grizzlies gave the Dubs their most stern test in the second round, a 6-game series. But once Ja Morant went down with an injury, it was always going to be the Warriors series to win, and then we thought the Mavericks might give Golden State some more trouble in the conference finals. They were scorching hot against Phoenix, but those flames turned quickly into icicles as Luka's supporting cast went cold, and Steph and company dominated their way back to a 6th finals appearance in 8 seasons. Then over in the East, it goes down on paper as a sweep for the Celtics against Brooklyn, but some buzzer-beating Tatum heroics helped Boston pull off a heist to steal Game 1, and they never looked back despite a competitive 4-game series. Their second round clash against Milwaukee was really the series of the playoffs so far. The Celtics definitely got some relief by not having to go up against Chris Middleton, but Boston's trademark defense did just enough to spoil the fun for Giannis and friends. And then in round 3, in the end, Miami just lacking the firepower to finish the job against the C's. That series ending in 7 mostly lopsided games despite the better efforts of one Jimmy Butler. So what do we make of this matchup in the finals? Well, unfortunately, we can't draw too much from the 2 regular season meetings of Golden State and Boston. One game was all the way back in December. The Warriors didn't have Klay Thompson in that game, and the Celtics were still relying on guys like Josh Richardson, Aaron Nesmith, and Ennis Freedom. Meanwhile, their game in March isn't too helpful either, as Steph Curry was injured in the first half, only played 14 minutes. So here we are, the last 2 teams remaining. I want to take a look at the tail of the tape, pull up 7 different categories. We've got offense, defense, rebounding, health, home court, coaching, and experience, and decide which team I feel like has the edge in each of these 7 categories before making some overall predictions. Offense goes to the Warriors. We know how lethal they are with Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole splashing from deep. Draymond Green, the head of the snake in terms of facilitating, and throw in the occasional Andrew Wiggins jumper or poster dunk, and you've got yourself an unstoppable machine. The Warriors have posted a league best 116 offensive rating in the playoffs, 4 points above their regular season mark, and those numbers become even scarier in the fourth quarter of these playoffs. Almost 134 points scored per 100 possessions in the fourth quarter. Once again, they look like an offensive juggernaut. The Warriors just have to take care of the basketball, and I trust their offense much more despite the ascension of Jason Tatum. Now, defensively, it's a different story. You got to give the edge here to Boston. We are talking about the best 2 teams defensively during the regular season, but the Celtics' length, physicality, switchability, and versatility is the real difference, especially matched up against an offense like Golden State that's so predicated upon heavy motion, off-ball movement, screening, and cutting. When you possess that kind of length and physicality, it's much easier to blow up those actions. We saw that a little bit in the Memphis series, but Boston takes it to a whole nother level with Defensive Player of the Year Marcus Smart, Brown, Tatum, Horford, and Williams. These guys can all comfortably switch while still maintaining rim protection in the paint as a team. It's just a suffocating D. For rebounding, I don't think there's huge margins here. I lean towards Golden State, although Boston does have the size and the length. The Warriors had better defensive and offensive rebounding margins throughout the year, and especially last round versus Dallas. Kevon Looney and Wiggins in particular gobbling up a bunch of offensive rebounds. Health-wise, it looks like both clubs will be as close to full strength as possible. Marcus Smart, Rob Williams, and Al Horford have all missed games this postseason, but the Celtics should be back to 100%. Also, great news for the Warriors. Gary Payton II should be returning to into the lineup very soon. Andre Iguodala has returned to practice as well. Home court advantage goes to Golden State, not only because they'll play 4 of the 7 games at home, but also because they're 9-0 at the Chase Center this postseason. An electric crowd. That's not to say that the Celtics can't win on the road, though. 7-2 in these playoffs, including big-time elimination game road wins in Game 6 versus Milwaukee and Game 7 at Miami. Coaching is probably more of a subjective category. I do favor Steve Kerr in this matchup, though. No disrespect to Ime Udoka, who's done a fantastic job in his first season as an NBA head coach. Remember, Kerr won a title in his first year, but with Kerr, Mike Brown, and those guys, they've coached in so many huge games, and they'll put their shooters in the best positions to get guys open looks like they always do and make good adjustments from game to game. And finally, we get to experience, and this is a no-brainer in favor of the Golden State Warriors. Here's the telling stat for experience. No Celtics player has ever played in the NBA Finals before, and in contrast, the Warriors have 123 games of Finals experience on their roster. They've been through all the battles, released all the blood, sweat, and tears imaginable. Again, this is the 6th time this Golden State nucleus has reached the Finals in the last 8 years. Let's make some predictions now. The odds for this series about -150 for the Warriors, +130 for the Celtics. So the team from the Bay Area, a slim favorite, about a 58% chance that they emerge victorious. And these are the odds for Finals MVP. You can see Wardell, Stephen Curry at +110. Jason Tatum not far behind at +170. And then there's a precipitous drop-off until you reach names like Brown, Thompson, and Green. I would probably just roll with Steph in that department. We know he's never won the Finals MVP before, despite having 3 rings. Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala dubbed the more valuable players during those runs. And in terms of the big picture, who's going to win the 2022 NBA Finals? I'm going to say the team that has tormented my man LeBron for many, many years. Give me the Warriors to take out the Celtics in 7 thrilling games. I think the Celtics' resiliency will make it last 7, but overall home court advantage and Boston's fatigue will be the difference in Game 7. The Celtics have already had 2 7-game battles. Golden State will have had a week to rest up, so I always side with rest over rust. Warriors in 7 games to win their 7th title in franchise history. Thanks a lot for watching my 2022 NBA Finals preview video. Please like and subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media for more basketball content. Again, leave a comment. Let me know who you think wins it all this June. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.